Hello everyone, this is Abdullah Ashraf from Self Engineered, back again with the Django Instagram clone project. I know I've been doing some videos and then stop for a while, but now I will make sure I constantly post these videos. And yeah, let's just get started. So in the previous video we stopped at actually having our post on the front end, just a simple one, and then we just print out this stuff here. And in this video I actually want to do to start by the front end of the app, so it gives us much more clear way of understanding and how everything is structured and how everything falls into place, and it's a much more visual type of learning instead of just having some back-end code and then we don't understand what's going on in the front end. That's why I want to start with that in this video, and I will be going through the HTML for the front end page. And before I do that, I just want to go to Instagram and then show you what am I going to talk about. Well, in this video I'm going to start by building this navigation bar. You might see it looks easy, but yeah, I'm going to divide it into three parts. So the first part is going to be the Instagram logo, which will always, whenever you click it, you just go to this page, and then the explore all of this contact button, I call it, and then the search bar. What's the cool feature about this is that every page on Instagram, let's say if I go to my profile, this header is always there. If I go to someone else Instagram, let's say if I go to IGTV, if I go here, this is going to always stick in there. If I go here, you see the navigation bar is still there. If I go to this page, so the navigation isn't going anywhere, even if I go to some hashtag. You see the navigation bar isn't going anywhere. And Django has this feature, it's saving the base HTML for you. So our navigation bar is going to be the base, and then after that then we can override it to add anything or any other page in our code. And how do we implement that is by, and instead of starting directly all of this code here from in the post list. The post list is basically just this page. All of this list of posts is the post list, right? Let's go back. Well, to start, I'm going to create a new HTML file here. I'll just come here and then new file. Then I will call this base.html. And then in here, I'm just going to copy this, then paste it right here. And because this is the base and I do not need all of this right now, so I'm going to delete it. And in this video, in this title, I'm just going to call this page, for now let's forget about the title. I will expand on that later on. Well, the first thing I'm going to start with is that is in order so since we are actually building a navigation bar, so I'm just going to call this a header, and then I'm just going to keep adding all of these icons inside. So I'm just going to call this header. Like that. And inside of my header, I'm going to have a div with a class navigation. Currently, I cannot skip all of this because I'm adding some other feature into my VS Code, so my autocomplete is not working. That's why I have to type everything manually. But anyways, and then I'm going to have a class called navigation, and inside of this div I'm going to have 3 different div classes, each one for each one of these. So one will be the Instagram logo, and one for the search bar, and one for all of these icons. Then the first div is going to be the first div. Then I'm going to have a class here, and I will call this I will call it Insta logo, because I'm going to have my Instagram logo in here. And then I'm going to just copy this. Wait, I'm going to have one space here, and then I'll copy. Alright, and I'm just going to change the classes. So this is going to be search bar, and this is going to be the contacts. Icons for the contacts icons available in the div, and in each one I'm going to have all as let's say links or something like that. So in the first one here I'm going to have an A tag for the Instagram logo, and then I'm going to have a class. I'll call this before I have before I do this, I need to actually get some icons for each one of these. So this is an icon, this is an icon, this is an icon. So in order to do that, go to font awesome.com, and this is where we are going to get all of our icons. And in here I'm just going to look for Instagram icon, and then let's look for the free one. And as you can see, we have Instagram font icon here. I'm just going to copy this, and I will come here into my code and then paste that in here. And after that I'm going to have another a tag, and this a tag is I will explain this later, and another a tag just for the word Instagram written in the page. This one I need a href is equal to an empty. For now I'm just going to go back to the same page, and I'm going to close the href. Yeah, like that. And here I'll just type Instagram, just like that. And this one for VL is just a vertical line, because as you can see in the page, Instagram page here, I have this vertical line. So I was working on this before, so I thought this is the easiest way to do it, so I just made it that way. And let's say Now this is going back here. I will copy this and also put them all in all the in all of these A tags here, because all of them are going to link back to the main page. So whenever you click on anything on the logo part, you are going to go back to the main page or the home page of Instagram or the Instagram clone app that we are building. And in the search bar here, I'm going to have an input, which is going to be a type text. So input, and inside I'm going to say type is equal to text, because we want to be able to search other people later on. And I'm going to have a placeholder, and this is going to be equal to whatever the placeholder inside, so it's going to be search. And let's see, do we need anything else? That is all for the input. And what else do we need? We need an icon for the search. So the icon should also be inside an A tag. So I'm going to look at an A tag here. And inside of this, I'm going to have let's say href here equals to something, and then I should also have a class, so that later I am going to call this something. I'm just going to call my class search bar. Wait, I already have the search bar. Okay, search. I will just call it search, so that when I click, it brings me somewhere. Then I need to go and get an icon for the search. And let's see what do we get. I need something that is free. So you guys, I'm going to take this basic one. And here I'm just going to copy it. I will go back to my code and I will paste it right here. Control V. And we are done with this. Now we need 3 more icons for these guys here. So I'm going to look for profile. Let's see what do we get. If I get something, this one looks the cleanest. This one looks the cleanest, and it also looks the closest to this. Copy. Then I'm going to have an A tag, as I said before, always an A tag. And inside of this A tag, I'm going to paste whatever I just got from online. I will copy this. And inside of this A tag, I'm going to have a class. I will name it I will name this profile, and then inside of it, then later on I'm just also going to have an href, and this is going to link to somewhere. I will add also that in the other videos. I'm going to copy this, paste this, Actually, wait a minute. There is something here. I Alright. Now I'm going to look for, let's say, what else do we have okay, this one is the best. Heart shape. Copy it. I will take the like is actually the one in the middle. And here I'm just going to change this to lights, and I will come back to here, and then I will look for compass. Something like this, and it just matches this one. I'm just going to copy it, and then I will paste it right here. I will call this Explore. Explore, like, and profile. These classes I can change them later on. Anyways, and then all of this href is just to link it to something, so that later on this one will also be added. But for now, let's just link to main page, so that if we run our app, it doesn't give us an error or something. Well, let's see. Can we try and run this? And I would also like to add all of this to my GitHub, so that you guys can see this code if you are not following along. So you can just copy it. But I encourage you to actually be coding along with me. And there is something here. I need to tap this inside. You have all of these different div and arrays, and here I'm going to say, okay, previously we have done until like the step 2 where we can post from the admin. So now I want to add everything inside, so I'm just going to add this. Yeah, and oh, I actually should have done this before I even code this part, but anyways, I'm going to make a new, what do you call it, a new branch later on. Then I'll say get commit, then I'll just give it a message, uh, posting from admin. That was just for the previous video. And then I'll just say get check out branch, and I'll say step 3. I will call it front end. Oh yeah, that's good enough, because I'm just working with front end, main page. Front end main, and yeah, that's a new branch we are in right now. Okay, cool. Now let's try and run this app. Hopefully it doesn't give us any error, and then we'll see if any of these actually come along, any of this code that we just heard. I would say Python vanish.py run server. need to save everything. Control S. Right now I know this is not going to show, and that is because we didn't map the page directly. We did not map this to any view that we have. So in order to do that, since we already have this page here, I'm going to use now what I call the Django feature that I was talking about previously, which was after this is going to be our header, as I said, and here I'm just going to make another div class here. With the class equal to I'll call it content container, and inside of it I am going to add the magic thing I was talking about. Here I will say block content, and here I will just come and say end block. Anyway, it's weird, it's getting this one but it's not getting the other one, but anyways, block content, and here's end block, and I will come back here, and since I have done all of this, I am going to delete this because we don't need it anymore, and I also don't need this, and these guys, yeah, I need them here. Alright, let's see what's going to happen here, and in here I'm just going to call extends, and inside extends I'm going to link back to this HTML page. And what does that mean is that keep all of this code, all of this this page here, and then on top, where is it? On top here, then add this page, so that we can have our header on top, and then below is going to be the rest of the page that we are linking to. So in here I'm just going to call insta slash base dot like that, and once I do that, then I will call my block content, and all the way back below here is going to be the end block. Which is quite weird, but anyways, block content, then here end block, and inside of this is everything. So all of this code here is going to be inside of this place here. That's what I mean by block content, then end block. This is all, and I just want to make sure. Okay, let's save this and hopefully we cross our hands and hopefully it works. Let's get back here, refresh this page. Okay, now it's actually working. It is actually picking up this and this one. As for the fonts, I need to get the CDN for this guys. So I'm just going to copy from this previous code that I was using for font awesome. I will also share this into my. I will share this with you later on. You can copy it. I will delete this guy, paste this here, save it, go back to my code, refresh. Hopefully, okay. Now all my icons is there, and yeah, in the same order that I wanted to see this here, search bar, the Instagram thing, and then all of this. In the next video, I'm going to make all of this stuff looks much like this, much better and much nicer using CSS. So this is the HTML I needed for the search bar. The next video I'm going to work on the CSS part of this. Until then, hopefully very soon the next video will be up, and thank you for watching and goodbye.